Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. This movie is my favorite out of the prequel trilogy, and I know that is sacrilegious to say. Everybody thinks that this is the weakest one. Everyone thinks it's really crappy. When you get to the action scenes, especially when Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan are tied up, that action scene where you have hundreds, thousands of Jedis fighting, it is tremendous. I love that scene. That made the whole movie for me. The reason why I think this movie worked is because it felt like a different Star Wars movie for me. It felt like you had more of a romance story in this one. Yeah, you had some romance in the original trilogy, and you had chemistry between everybody. I liked the dialogue with the romance scenes. Now, when it's not trying to be a romance film, it is a terrible script. Hayden Christensen doesn't want to be there. He is crap in this movie. He's boring. He's just quiet and doesn't look like he wants to be there. He's there for a paycheck. He doesn't enjoy what he's doing. He doesn't like the script. He doesn't like what he's doing there. And I can absolutely tell that. He is just monotone as shit. A bad actor. Bad acting job. I don't think that he was right for this role. I think he could have gotten another actor very, very easily who could have done a better job and made this movie just a little bit better. But I am saying that the action scenes really made this movie. And the romance story really took it home for me. I'm a sucker for a good romance story, and yes, we know what happens, but I just like this movie. I really loved Attack of the Clones, and I'm gonna watch this movie over and over and over again. I'm gonna watch it more than I will. I will watch it more than I will Revenge of the Sith. Not saying that it's a bad movie. We will get into that in my review of that. I loved Attack of the Clones. Now, I forgot to mention in The Phantom Menace, George Lucas in this new trilogy brought in midichlorians. Yeah, as if the Star Wars universe wasn't confusing enough. If you're a new fan, now I am not really a new fan. I became a fan in like 2015, so I'm not really a new fan. If you don't know what the midichlorians are, start out going in there not knowing anything about them like I did. Because I think that if you know, it'll be a little bit worse. I kind of knew that they were going to be bad. That adding them in was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be this bad and useless. It's a useless thing that I don't think need to be added in. I think that he was trying to toot his own horn. Toot, I'm very smart. I came up with the original trilogy, and you're gonna just suck my dick and love this new Star Wars. Well, George, we didn't really like everything, but I think that this is still a good trilogy. I don't think there's a bad Star Wars movie that I've seen yet. I don't think that there's a bad movie. I think that there's a weak movie, but we will get into that later. Attack of the Clones gives you a better look at Yoda. He starts really coming into it from what you've seen from the original trilogy. In the first one, he was just boring, didn't give a crap, and he wasn't Yoda. He was a different character. And I believe that in this new trilogy, George wanted to do something different with the characters. And he did something different, and I think it paid off a little bit. Mace Windu in this series is tremendous. I love Samuel L. Jackson in almost anything he does. Mace Windu is badass. He is a great character, and I loved him. The only thing that I gotta say bad about this movie is that the script, when it's not a romantic story, is a terrible script. It's bad. Everybody is monotoned, especially Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman in the first one was actually trying. She was trying. She thought that they had a good script. And even George Lucas says, maybe I went a little bit too far with these. Yeah, a little bit, but I think it was more the actors not caring and your direction that was the problem. Attack of the Clones is the best of the the prequel trilogy. Not the best of everything, but the best of the prequel trilogy. And I'm going to give Attack of the Clones the same grade as The Phantom Menace, a B+. I liked Attack of the Clones just a little bit more, but not so much so that I can get it to an A- or an A. It's still a B+. I loved both these movies. Now let's get into Revenge of the Sith.